Direct boxes, or DIs. What are they? Well, this is a direct box. One of my favorites, actually, made by Countryman. There seems to be a lot of confusion about why you need a direct box and why it's important to have good ones. First off, DI is an abbreviation for direct injector, or direct input. The purpose of a DI, or direct box, is to convert an unbalanced instrument-level signal, like from a guitar or bass, or an unbalanced line-level signal from a CD player or a keyboard, into a balanced signal that's the correct level and impedance for the mic inputs on your mixer or recording device. You could just use adapters to plug these devices into a mic input, but the sound you get is thin, distorted, and bad. Instrument and RCA cables aren't different just to cause you trouble. They're made to connect to the proper device, not the mic inputs on your mixer. So you have to have DIs. Some guitar and bass amps, or even keyboards, have a DI built in, and they'll actually have a mic jack right on the back of the device. They might even have speaker cabinet emulation to try to make the signal more like the sound that comes out of the amp's speakers. The emulation might sound better in the mixer, but on some amps, it changes the sound coming out of the speakers too, so read the manual. Also, a lot of acoustic guitars don't sound very natural to me when plugged directly into a DI. If I don't like the sound I get from a DI, I'll plug an acoustic guitar into a small amp, and then I'll mic the amp. I don't even use a DI. This works better if you have an amp made for an acoustic guitar, but you can improve the sound of most acoustics with any decent guitar amp set to a clean sound and mic'd with a trusty, Shure SM57. A direct box can also convert a line level signal like from a keyboard as well. But take note, to get the best sound from a keyboard, you should use two DIs, one for the left output and one for the right. There are actually DIs that have stereo inputs just for this situation. If you only have one DI for a keyboard, though, just use the left output, which is commonly the mono output. There are DIs that even have RCA inputs, so you can plug your DVD player or a computer sound card right into the mic input too. Now, a DI can be active or passive. Active DIs need some power source to operate. They use batteries and can also use phantom power from your mixer. They usually sound better, and they're more flexible with the devices you can plug into them, but they're more expensive. They contain actual circuitry and amplifiers to make a true balanced signal. Passive DIs don't need a battery or any power source to operate. Their main feature is they're cheap. They usually contain a simple transformer to convert the signal. Notice how little there is inside the passive DI and how tiny the wires are. A passive DI will convert the signal to a mic level, but they tend to sound audibly worse than an active DI. You can hear a noticeable difference when you compare them. That's why it matters how good your DIs are. They affect the sound of anything plugged into them. And although there are passive DIs that sound good, I tend to use active DIs and I listen to how they sound before I buy them. The bottom line is, you should always use a DI to connect anything except a microphone into a mic input on your mixer or recorder. Check out the videos on what is balanced and common connectors for a little more background. I'm Greg Hill for AV Genius.